no moisturizers, no skin creams, no added lubricants or anything. Why is my skin probably in the best health it's been in years? Probably since I was a kid. Well, let's talk about it. We talked about the beard. Now we're going to talk about the skin. And, this is Anthony Stewart. This is Food for Thought. And we are questioning everything they've ever said because, we often treat things as they come. And I've just been blown away about how good my skin feels. And, over the last 2 years, things have changed. I mean, skin tags. There's stuff all over on television about skin tag removal, and I was getting skin tags. They're gone. Why? I always had cracked skin. I mean, I did irrigation work for a long time, and my cracks on my feet were insane. It was horrible, callous. I'd go for a pedicure, and they'd be just shaving off the skin, and it's gone with no pedicures. And my feet have just remarkably gotten younger, and my hands are soft. And now, yes, I am Canadian, and we are here in Vancouver, and it has gotten colder. I mean, it's not any extreme Canadian winters, like there's no 40 below or anything like that in Vancouver. We have a pretty moderate, temperate climate, but it is cold. And this year, I found, getting out in the sun, no sunscreen, didn't burn for a fact. Wild. I haven't put sunscreen on my skin for like over 2 years, 2 summers, and no burns, none, which is phenomenal. And I'm sure we can get into that. But now my skin in the wintertime should be dry, should be cracking, no chapped lips, and it seems to be all, just improving as the months go on. I mean, I do eat a predominantly carnivore diet, an animal-based diet to say the least. I do, once in a while have vegetables, but I don't like them. I don't care about them. They're not in my fridge or freezer. So I'm just eating meat and fat, low carb, and my skin is getting better. All my blemishes and like, I don't get zits or any kind of rashes anymore. My hangnails, I don't get them. These are all spillover effects of the way we're eating. And I think they tell us that we have to. They tell us that we must. And I'm here to say, from an anecdotal perspective, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a scientist. I am studying to be a nutritionist, which is a topic for another day, because I'm doing everything they're telling me not to do. And just another, like we got into it with the beard, and now it's about the skin, and I find my skin is soft, it's supple, it feels great. And I remember the day, actually, when I started carnivore about a year and 9 months ago, when I actually went to an all meat diet. And I mean, I was pretty strict carnivore for I started for 30 days, ended up going 90 days, and then I haven't really looked back aside from some experiments. And so I've been 100% carnivore at times, but really I'm probably about 95%. And I remember the day I was at work and my clothes felt amazing. And I remember it went just like, is this happening? Like, what's going on? My arms feel amazing underneath my shirt. And, since I've been eating a high cholesterol diet, not worried about my cholesterol, and yes, my LDL is elevated, like probably a lot of people in the space. But what my thoughts are is that we focus on one thing all the time, and it's so funny how now, especially, I appreciate all the comments on my last video, how these things are sort of blanketed when you just give your body the nutrition it needs. Now, we know that there's so many arguments out there. What's the best way to do things? What's the right way to do things? Well, My take on it is nutrition, and your body doesn't care about ethics, your body doesn't care about religion. When you give your body what it needs to thrive, these effects, I think, just spill over. So I'm sure insulin resistance has a lot to do with it. I'm sure the quality of the protein and the quality fat have a lot to do with it. But it's amazing how well my skin is doing now. And it's just getting better. I had these little bumps, I don't know what they were behind my ear, where I got my ear pierced when I was a kid. These little bumps, there was like 6 of them, little bumps, they're gone. So explain that. And, I don't use soap. Like I've explained before, I use, wash my hands, and any soap I use, like obviously when I'm really dirty. But I use a natural, chemical-free soap. I don't use shampoo. Like I said, having to use sunscreen. Hand sanitize when it's time. I mean, this is kind of another topic for another day, but I do believe we have skin. It is fact, we have microbiome on our skin, and I'm in the firm belief of taking care of the inside out. And when your inside is taken care of, the skin is the last place things are going to show you. So I know people suffer from autoimmunity, psoriasis, eczema, dandruff, whatever it is. Is it possible that these are an internal, you're missing some nutrients? And when your body gets the nutrients, specifically the fat-soluble vitamins and cholesterol, once you dig into what cholesterol is, we need it. The ability to absorb vitamin D through our skin, sunshine, light. And, now why is my skin feeling so radiant? And, it just feels amazing. And that's just another observation I have. And, I'd love to hear your experience with it, especially all the carnivores out there. They tell us that this diet is wrong, or they tell us that this can't be done. But yet, over and over again, and let alone in this community, the spillover effects and these side effects from getting a nutrient-dense, species-specific, proper human diet, it's neat to see what all these little quirky effects are. And I've tried to list them. I can't count that high because just there's so many things I notice. I mean, I get a little bit chillier now. I take cold showers every day. That might have something to do with it. I breathe through my nose and do breath work. Nitrous oxide, that's probably something to do with it. But all these things combined, I try and stay away from chemicals as much as I can. I'm not perfect. Plastics, I think there's a lot of variables. But once your body gets into a groove of getting nourished, I think everything shows. From your hair, your skin, your nails. My nails are hard, they grow fast. We'll talk about that in another video. This one was about my skin. And no, I don't burn. I don't count any macros. I think what my body is telling me is that it's enjoying what I'm putting in it. And I think there's a lot to be said, and there's no studies that can tell us this is wrong. Like, how is a study, obviously it probably can be done, but you need to do this, you need to do that, you must do this. Well, I'm not doing it, and I'm feeling better, and I'm feeling great every day. So I think there's going to be some, these are all variables that make this happen. So let me know what you think about your skin, and if there's any effects that you find are different now that if you're on a dietary protocol anyway. And please, comment below. Please like and subscribe to the video. I want to thank all the new subscribers, and I really appreciate your time. And I'm questioning everything, and I want you to ask questions. And there's so much confusion out there that I think this N of 1, this experiment on myself, this anecdotal, there's anecdotal proof that nutrition is key, and it's only going to make everything better. All right, guys, thank you very much. Stay strong.